This is Stanwood High School, one of several schools in the Stanwood-Camano School District, where the sign is welcoming students back for what is supposed to be the first day of school, but instead it's all quiet outside the school. And in fact, one of the few vehicles out here is a Stanwood police vehicle, but no students and no teachers because they do not yet have a contract. Those teachers, instead of being here, planning a rally. And this is AJ Brodeen. He is the band instructor at Stanwood High School. AJ, tell me a little bit about what you're asking for from the district here.
Well, we're looking for a fair negotiated contract that meets the promise of the McCleary dispute, and we're looking for it as soon as possible.
How would you gauge how the negotiations are going so far?
Well, I know that we've got good people in there on both sides, and we just hope that it can come to a fair resolution as quickly as possible.
Do you feel like the district has budged at all?
I think there's movement, and we just need to make sure that we let them know our position, and hopefully that'll keep things moving towards a fair contract and a settlement for everybody.
Well, obviously not moving fast enough or you'd be at work today, wouldn't you?
That is true, but we want to be in classrooms as soon as we possibly can. It hurts us emotionally just as much as it hurts anybody else. We've been prepping for this just as much as anyone, and we hate not being there right now.
Yeah, I mean, what do you tell you? You got some students that are out here, you got some parents that are out here supporting you. I mean, what can you say to them when you feel like you're forced into this position?
Well, all I can say is that we want to get into the classroom and love on kids as fast as possible. So we just want to make sure that we can work through negotiations and get that done as quickly as we possibly can so that we can get in there and start working with kids.
So I got to play a little devil's advocate here, because having spoke with some other districts where they're having the same issue, they say the McCleary money is basically a one-time cash dump, and that this might not be sustainable for the school district. I mean, how do you guys counter that argument?
Well, what I've heard is that this is going to be money that is continuously, and there's even going to be a little bit more money. I think it's $9 billion this year, and then there's going to be another $1 million added on to that next year. So that's what I've heard, and so that's what we're trying to make sure that we use up, all of that for what it was intended for, which is teacher salaries.
All right, AJ Brodeen, band teacher at Stanwood High School. Appreciate that.
Have a great day.
There is a long line of Stanwood teachers making their way from a local park down to the district headquarters, and they are ready to demand more pay. Stanton. She is the spokesperson for the Stanwood-Camano School District. Maureen, I know you're limited on what you can say because you're in the middle of negotiations, but how would you gauge how they're going?
We're moving closer together. We've been working hard over the last many months. Specifically this weekend, we've met every single day for hours and into the evening. We're working collaboratively with our teams. We are sharing proposals, we're having discussions, and we want to get our kids back to school. All of us want to get our kids back to school as soon as we can, and the teachers are excited about getting in their classrooms with the kids, and we're excited to have the kids back. So We're going to keep working until we get it done.
Yeah, and I've just talked to a few who say that very same thing. This is not where they want to be.
No.
They want to be in the classroom.
Absolutely.
So with that in mind, and I know you probably can't give specific numbers, but the main thing they're asking for is more money because of this cash that's come in from the McCleary decision. Do you feel like that's a sustainable funding source for the future if you negotiate a significant raise for the teachers?
We're only going to do what's sustainable. So we look at our budget, we look at the 4-year forecast, and we want fair compensation for all of our staff, from our teachers, our classified members, our administrators, our non-reps. We want everybody to be fairly compensated, and we've done that over the past years. I think that's why we have fantastic staff.
And of course, you want to stay competitive, so you continue to draw good teachers, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we feel like the offers that we're putting out are competitive and very fair.
Well, you got a lot of folks outside who are anxious to get back to work.
Yes.
What's the message to them?
I hope to see them back to work tomorrow. We'll keep working until we get her done.
How about the parents who say, hey, we were expecting to have our kids in school today, and that's not happening. What do you tell them?
We're going to keep working until they are back in school.
All right, very good. Maureen Stanwood, spokesperson for Stanwood Camano School District. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And the teachers have all arrived at Stanwood Camano School District headquarters, where they're ready to put up a fight for better pay.